Hello guys and welcome to Amakadel online training, and today we are going to be making a fitted short rich modern vibes kaftan top with invisible belt, right? So it's fitted at the front and loose at the back. All right, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. So the things we'll be working with: my tape, my scissors, my tailor's chalk, my elastic. You can actually use elastic, or you're going to cut the fabric as a belt, so you have a choice of either. And then my ruler, okay, and of course my fabric as well. So you need your fabric and your bias, okay. We're going to be using that to knit in the neckline, okay. We're going to fold. I'm working with 2 yards of fabric. That's what I used because it's actually a short top. I'm wearing it with trousers, okay? So you can make yours long, and if you're working with a long one, you're going to be using 4 yards. So I'm folding this fabric into two, right? Into two. And I'm going to be working with the right side. I'll be marking this chalk on the right side so you can see, but please, you can mark on the wrong side, not on the right side. All right, that's the only way you can really see what I am doing. All right, so I'm folding this fabric into two. All right, first of all this way, and then I'm going to fold it across into four. So I'm folding first on this grain into two, and then on the folded edges I fold it into four, just like what I'm doing now, okay. So even if you're working with a very long fabric, like I said, of probably length of 60 something, that's a maxi gown, please do the same, okay, and fold into four. Four. All right, one. All right, so let me count it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're going to fold it into four and lay it out just as I have done, okay. So if your fabric is rumpled, please try to iron it before starting this work. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is lay out your fabric, arrange it properly, and then we're going to actually mark our measurements, but then we're working with a vertical measurement. That's your measurement on a straight line, and then on the horizontal, as I'm showing you here. So for the horizontal part, when you're taking that measurement, that is what is going to enable you fold your fabric. I'm making a short one, like I said, about 36 inches short. You can make yours down. It's the same thing, please. There's nothing different. So you make it as a long gown, as a short top, shorter blouse, a 3/4, or it's the same thing, okay? So your measurement starts from the middle of your neck, just like I'm showing you, the middle back part of your neck to get the horizontal measurement. So you start from there, but let me show you this, okay? So this is my little Elsie. Okay, so I want to use Elsie to show you that measurement I'm talking about. So when you want to take a measurement to know how long or the width that your whole thing is going to take, so you're going to start from this middle part and measure all the way to your sleeve, right? From the middle part of this, your back neckline, take the tape, place it and measure it all the way to the end of your sleeves, or wherever you want the sleeve length to stop. That is what we're going to use as the horizontal, okay, from the middle part. So if your sleeve length is from here to your sleeve is like 15, we're going to fold this fabric to be 15 inches on this horizontal measurement, and then the length. Okay, let me hold it properly so you can actually see. Okay, so look at this. Measure from your shoulder down the length of whatever you want it to be. So having taken that measurement, you're going to now apply the same measurement on your fabric, okay? So on my horizontal now, I'm going to be taking about 17 inches. But first of all, we're going to mark 1/2 inch on the top before this horizontal measurement, okay? So like I said, if your measurement is about 17, about 20 something, if you're making it a long sleeve, all the measurements start from this, the center of your neck. That's how it starts. So I'm going to be using 17 inches. I can use 19, so I'm using 17 now, and I will add 1/2 inch allowance to it. You can actually add more than half. You can add one, whatever you choose. You can even use that 17 and leave it there and fold as well. Okay. Or you add 1 inch to it. So I'm adding 1 inch here. Like I said, I may use more. It all depends on how I feel. I may even use the whole fabric. So from there, you're going to come down. But before then, please, you're going to add half an inch to the top of this fabric. Always add half an inch. Because if you don't and you did not add it to the measurements, you're going to have a shortage, right? So if you don't add half an inch to this top, please keep adding half to all the measurements you're going to take on a vertical, okay? So for me, as you're seeing me marking this, my ruler actually has that provision. So I'm just marking my half an inch as you're seeing here out. So all my measurement comes from there. So from there, I'm going to mark down 2 inches at my shoulder, where I want the sleeve line to stop. Okay, so come down 2 inches, 2 inches. Okay, so from the 2 inches, I'm going to take what my round sleeve is going to be. Now, this measurement I'm taking, you take it at any part that your sleeve length, please note, wherever your sleeve length is stopping, take this measurement. Make it as loose as what you want it to be. All right, so you see some pictures, the sleeves is very loose. Some maybe you want it tight. Please create your design. Create your design. Okay, so I'm using 18 inches as my round sleeve at this point. So you're going to divide it into 2. Okay, so that's what you're seeing me doing at the moment. I'm dividing into 2.5, 9 inches. All right, so from that drop down, that you actually dropped your 2 inches, that is where we're going to take the round sleeve measurement. Okay, so like I said, you may have to use a long sleeve, whatever you want. Now there are times one side is longer, a long sleeve, one side is a shorter sleeve. So if you want to do that, you're going to fold one side to be longer and the other side to be shorter. So for the longer side, of course, you take a different round sleeve measurement, and on the other side, a different round sleeve measurement. We'll do that in the next class. All right. So from where you came down 2 inches, all right, mark your round sleeve measurement divided by 2. Like you saw, I'm using 18 divided by 2 is 9, and I'll add 1 inch. For my sewing allowance, you can add half, sweetheart. Whatever you want, you know, add it there. It's a very simple way. So from here on, I'm going to impute my other vertical measurement. So from my half an inch down, don't forget, I marked down half an inch. So all my measurements start from the half. So I'm going to be measuring the length of the outfit I'm making. And like I said, I'm using it with the leggings or a tight fitted jeans. So it's going to be 36 inches. So I'll place it here. I'll mark at 36. Okay. And I'll also mark my waist length, which is 18, half length, and my hip depth, which is 27, you know, shoulder to hip. I'll move the tape, place it, and mark again. Why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to get a straight line, okay? So I'll mark my length again, which is, I'm just trying to reconfirm, 36 inches, that's what I'm using. So I'm going to mark a length of 36 here as well. That's what I'm marking. I know you're not seeing this part, but that's my 36. And also mark out my waist of half length of 18 inches and hip depth of 27, okay? So those are the lines you're going to mark out, and then you're going to turn it into a straight line, okay? So you can draw the line all the way to the end, but I'm doing it here so that you can see it, so it's visible to you and you understand what I'm working with, okay? So those are the lines. So this is my length, the line indicating the length of this dress I'm making. Okay, so this is my hip, this is my waistline. Okay, so let's move on. On my waistline, I'm going to impute the measurement of my waist divided by 4 plus 3 inches, all right? So you can, it's a loose fitted dress, right? So that's one thing you need to understand from day one. It is a loose fitted dress. Make any loose fitted dress that you understand how to, and then we are going to make the front fitted. All right, so I'm using 15 inches, but you can just do your waist divided by 4 plus 3 inches extra. I mean, you can make it more, between 3 to 5 inches, make it as loose as you want it to be. So that I've marked plus my allowance. I think everything there was about 14. And for my hip also, I did my hip divided by 4 plus 3 inches. So like I said, depends on how loose you want your outfit to be. That's what it's going to be. So whatever you have on your hip, mark the same at the end of the fabric, the hem of the fabric, and extend it. Okay, same thing, mark same thing you have on your hip at the end, so extend it into a straight line. At times you can actually make from your waist to the down, the hip to the end part of your fabric, the same thing. It's a loose fitted dress already, okay, but at times I just like shaping it a bit, so maybe I just have like half an inch off. So this line here you're seeing me drawing is where your sleeve line, like your armhole line, is going to stop. Okay, so now see how I'm going to place my ruler. Okay, remember we marked down 2 inches. You're going to draw a line from the tip of this dress where you saw me pointing to the slant. That's going to be your shoulder slant line, right? Okay, so that is it there. All right, so now watch carefully how I'm going to place the ruler now to draw the sleeve, right? To join the sleeve from the shoulder slant, that's like your armhole sleeve line, armhole line. Okay, whatever you call it, but please place the ruler slightly, just like I've done. If you place it straight, make sure you come in 1 inch at that armhole, the down part. Okay, make sure you come in 1 inch. So you come in 1 inch, you place it straight. But if not, make it slant. It already gives you that 1 inch automatically. And then draw a curve like this into your waist line. So that's just like a loose bubu or a loose kaftan. That's basically what, I'm even cutting. That's why I'm saying cut anything loose. That I want you to know that this kaftan bubu fitted is as simple as anything. Okay, so like I had said, you can make a short sleeve one side, you can make a long sleeve one side. It's your folding that determines the outcome of that. But I think I'm actually going to extend the sleeve. I just decided that I want a longer sleeve, so I'm going to use the whole fabric so that I don't waste it, because if I cut it here, I have nothing else to do with this fabric, so I'm going to make a long sleeve. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to extend it. It's the same thing you're going to do. So even if you're making a long sleeve, still drop down. First of all, half of an inch from the top and 2 inches to form your slant line, 2 inches. Okay, so I've dropped down 2 inches, and let me turn this so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to iron off most of these lines so you can understand what I'm doing. So that's what I've done now. Okay, so same thing, I drew a straight line from the center of my neck to the slant line, same thing. So the next thing I'm going to do is to at the length of the sleeve. Now this sleeve I'm making is about 27. It's very long. Okay, so I'm going to take my round sleeve measurement, which is what I am doing now, and I'm making it very loose. I mean, I don't want it tight, but like I said, whatever you desire, please do same. So I'm using about 16 inches. Okay, so divided by 17 inches rather, sorry about that. So divided by 2 is going to be 8.5. All right, so you place that, and you're going to mark your sleeve opening at 8.5, and I'm adding 1 inch sewing allowance to it. You can add half, it doesn't really matter. I just love the 1 inch, and extend it into a straight line, just like I did when I was showing you how to do in a short sleeve manner. Okay, so now I am also marking out the waistline clearly so that you can see that, and I joined back my line. Okay, so at this point I'm just rechecking my waist, see what I had. That's about 15. I told you I was using 15, and I'm just using my 15. But my hip, I added about 1 inch to it. Okay, so at that point, do your waist divided by 4 plus 3 inches. But it is between 3 to 5, depending on what your client wants or how big you want the bubu or kaftan to be. So that's what I have here. Okay, guys. All right, let's move on. All right, so the next thing is your curve. So I'm going to show you 2 ways or 2 different curves. First of all, let's slant our line. Remember, we placed the ruler on the slanted line. Please, let's see the tip of that my ruler is following the slanted line. That way, automatically, it takes off 1 inch. You shouldn't have it straight. If do it and see, you're going to see the difference between what I'm showing you now. Slant and straight. It's very, very different. But the slanted one gives you a very good fold. So, you're going to now curve in. So, you can create this curve I'm doing now. Let me sketch it out more brightly for you to see. Okay, so I'm starting from my hip line, not my waistline, and you create this thing I'm creating. You can use this method. It will form a cowl, you know, like a cowl under your arm. That is what this one, just a cowl under your arm, that's what this is going to give to you if you create this design. So you're making it a cowl arm, right? But you can also just curve it as well from the sleeve to into your waistline. That is still like just making a normal kaftan. There's no cowl there, you know, you're just making it like a kimono thing. Exactly, yes. So it's just like a kimono. It's just the joint sleeve to the body. But you can use this cowl. If you created this first design I made, you're going to be having a cowl, or you use this other design. Anyone is perfectly fine. Okay, so decide what you want. But like I said, basically what we are looking for in this outfit, whichever design you use, be it the curved cowl or the slant, the kimono kaftan, we just want a tight fitted front like this. That's what we're looking for, and a loose back like this. Okay guys, so at this point I'm going to be marking on my shoulder point the part I want to leave open. So from here I'm going to mark 2 inches. That is where 2 inches, sorry about that, 2 inches. So from the tip of my neckline I'm marking 2 inches. That is where I'm going to sew from there to this point. Then from here down to this point I'm going to leave it open, and the rest of it I can leave it open. So at this point is your design. Now from the end of my sleeve I can also come in like another 2 inches, you know, like I'm doing, or 4 inches. Okay, I'm using 4 inches, so I'll sew that part and seal it and leave this part open. Or I can actually come here, mark a point here where I'm making this mark now. I'll make another maybe 1.5 2 inches mark at this point, you know, and I'll be sewing it. So I can leave here open, I can sew this part, I can leave there open. But for this shoulder design, it is just a design I am creating. So you can actually create yours. You can actually close everything as well. So here now I'm moving it to 2 inches, which I'll be closing. I'll leave here open, you know, close the middle part and close this end part as well. All right, so at the end of the day, the design is create whatever you want to for that shoulder design. Okay, and it will always come out beautifully. So all right, so let's now get to the main part. This is the main part of this whole gist. Okay, so to get that fitted stuff at the front, okay, after created our cowl, we'll now come to get the fitted part. I said you can use an elastic or you can use a rope. I may use a rope, I may use an elastic, anyone you want. It works perfectly fine. The thing here is we want to get the front fitted. So to achieve that, we're going to take our waist measurement, guys, waist divided by 4. You know, as it's folded now, it's going to be divided by 4. But if you open it up, it will be divided by 2. Okay, so this is divided by 4. So you have your waist. Okay, whatever your waist measurement is, divided by 4 inches, and whatever you get, we're going to mark it at the waist point, you know, here now. Okay, so that's what I'm about doing. So my waist, I'm going to use a waist of 20. Divided, that's 40 rather, divided by 4 is going to give me 10. Okay, so I'm going to be marking 10. At times, if I don't want it to be overly fitted, so now I'm marking 10 on my waist. Please guys, on your waistline, this is how you're going to get this fitted thing we're talking about. So I'm marking at 10. At times I use 42 if I don't want it too tight on me. But like I said, if you're not using elastic, if you're using rope, you know how to vary your waist holding you. If people don't want it to really hold them, try to release the measurement a bit, but the rope helps you tie it as at how you want it. So this is now at 10.2. So that mark you've made here, make it on the other side at the same point. So you can use a pin and put it here where you created the first mark, and then use it to know where to mark the other one, because we need the two mark. I'm marking it at the right side, but you're meant to mark it at the wrong side, because that's where you're going to paste your put in your elastic or attach your rope. All right, so that is just it. So basically this is it. This is where the cocoa of the whole matter is. So if you can get a proper fit, mark it on the other side. That is where the fitting is coming from. So guys, let's move on to cutting. Let's cut out. All right, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and show me some love. Okay, put on your notification bell icon so when I upload more videos like this, you get to see it. All right, so I used the kaftan method. Okay, and if you've noticed this, I've marked points that I'm going to be leaving open on my sleeve. Now these points I marked, I'm going to actually mark some notches on it, so I will know from the tip of the neck to this part. I'll be sewing it close. That's the first notch I have marked. Between that first notch to the second one I'm marking now, it will be open. Between that to the third one, it will be closed, and then to this one open, and then that's it. So you can create whatever design you actually choose to. You want to keep it open, you want to keep it closed, it's up to you. So I'm done cutting that, and I'm separating this. Now I'm marking my waist distance, so like your waist divided by 4 at this point. That's what you're seeing me getting there. So now if you open it like this, it's your waist divided by 2. So please just mark where your waist is supposed to be if you divide your waist by 2. So mine is 20, so that is it there. So I have a 20 mark that is meant to take care of my waist. So I've marked those points, and that is it. So well, now next up is to the sewing machine to sew this. So I'll show you what to do.